Shalom, I'm giving all praise to help Hashem, Hashai, Hashem, Rakak, Shalom to the 144,000. Shalom to the 144,000. And the rest of the hopefully elect out there, Shalom. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, Against Babylon, an assembly of great nations from the north country. And this is from Jeremiah 50 verse 9. It says, for lo, and you really got to read the whole chapter. It says, for lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon and assemble Babylon. We know that Babylon, now you have a lot of people that are into this Christian, Christians that are mainly into the prophetic parts of the Bible. A lot of so-called Edomites in the Christian community that are teachers and pastors. A lot of them are now saying that Babylon is America, and I did a video on that. Like if you go back, I don't know, 30 years, you wouldn't hear that, but more and more you have people that are really into the scriptures outside of the whole Hebrew Israelite movement, we call it, that they're saying that Babylon has to be America. Everything points to Babylon being America, that place America. Some would say it's the Vatican City, which that's stupidity. It's not Vatican City. It's others say it's the whole, like vocab. He says it's the whole planet. Well, if Babylon is completely destroyed, which is the whole planet, what people on the earth are going to stand afar off for the fear of a torment, saying, "Alas, alas, that great city for 1 hour." What does it say in Revelation 18? All the riches come to naught. As a matter of fact, I should get that, but I may get it later. But yesterday we were, yesterday I did a video. What did I call it? Give me a second. Let me go back over here. So this is the video that we did yesterday, and this is like part 2 of the video that I did. As a matter of fact, let me do this. Let me do it this way. Okay, part 1. And unto the uttermost part of the earth is America. So this is part 2 to that. Because I had a list, I didn't go, I hit maybe 3-4 scriptures out of that list. And even in this video, I didn't hit all the precepts. I hit all of them dealing with that subject. Go back to it. And unto the uttermost part of the earth is America. So when you watch this video, I even asked Apostle Ramla to type that in to the Google, is America Babylon, and a bunch of sites came up, mainly from like Christian organizations that are really into the prophetic part of the scriptures. Plus, they know it because they watch us. All these, don't be surprised. You shouldn't be surprised if you find out that a lot of these Christians are secretly, watching us and up in their game, as far as the scriptures are concerned. At first they said, "Oh, we just calling ourselves the people. We're definitely not the people." and all we do is call, the white man the devil, which we didn't even mention. We didn't mention one time. We didn't say, "Oh, the white man's the devil." We just went into the place, called Babylon. The other part, the uttermost part of the earth is America. We didn't go into white people and white people going into slavery, which that's a part of the prophecies. So you got these Christians looking beyond the fact that, oh, they're calling us devil. They're looking at what we're saying, because you just ain't gonna be out there for 2.5 hours, or 2 hours and change, or 3 hours, just saying over and over, the white man's the devil, the white man's the devil. They got to really search to find that. We're going into other things. We're going to the MOTB, which, by the way, all these other camps that teach contrary to us, as far as the MOTB is concerned, they're going to be taken aback. They're going to be shocked at when there's breaking news, and they start pushing that charagma for whatever reason. It's going to mess up a lot of these other Israelite camps, and it's going to wake up a lot of these. In my opinion, it's going to wake up a lot of these other camp members as to what the MOTB is, and a lot of them watched our videos. You got Bishop Nathaniel doing a lot of what's the term? It just came to my mind. What's the damn term? He's cleaning up what we're saying. He's damn, what's the term? It was in my mind. I'm getting old. But anyway, anytime we do a video featuring the MOTB, he's going to do a counter video on it, and he might add another scripture. And when we see him do that, we back here laughing at him. We're laughing at him, because the reason why we're laughing at him is because we know that the MOTB, the mark of the beast, is the micro C hip. That's why none of these men in GMS are leaving, GMS. Like Deacon Asaph said, yeah, that's why everybody's leaving you. That's a straight up lie. And you guys keep the law, say keep the law, and you just lie. You bear false witness. And then you said we rape little girls. I mean, that we can get, take that to court. You're accusing somebody of raping little girls. That's another lie. So it's coming out that the IUIC are a bunch of hypocrites. The leadership are nothing but a bunch of hypocrites. And I didn't want to get into it, but that's the spirit in me. You have this situation, the adulterous situation, and they're getting on this guy that committed adultery with the brother's wife. Now, when and this is what Apostle Ramlab even said. I'm gonna get back into the subject. Apostle Ramlab even said, "Well, wait a minute. Did they hang Deacon Athan out there to dry like that? This guy right there, Deacon, he committed adultery with this woman, and we got text messages. And I guarantee you, that dude that committed adultery with the woman, the brother's wife, I guarantee you they're kicked out of the school for good. They cannot put in an application for a year to come back in a year. They're kicked out. They're kicked out. And if you are high enough rank, based on the situation with Deacon Athan, you get a year off. You can commit adultery, but you come back in a year. So he could commit adultery again and then wait another year and come back. So that school is a hot mess. It's a well organized mess. But anyway, let me get back into this. So, like I said, this is part 2. Is the uttermost part of earth is America, which is Babylon the Great, which we get into. So, okay, in this video, I'm trying not to make this long. In this video, I'm looking at the I'm looking at well, here it is right here. See, they got this guy. They got this guy on Front Street. See this right here. They got him on Front Street. They got the woman that he committed adultery with on Front Street. They got the wife or the brother of the victim of adultery, and this is embarrassing. And they do that to embarrass these people. And this individual right here, that's embarrassing. In other words, if I'm pissed off and you're bringing out text messages and I'm watching it, if I'm not thinking about doing something to this dude, I'm gonna do something to this motherfucker. Because above all this adultery shit, now I'm put on Front Street and I'm fucking embarrassed, man. And then you have, like I said, you have the leadership that are laughing. And, Bishop Nate said, he said, I'm nasty. I like this stuff. And then the Cookie Monster, Malachi, which I like that brother. I believe he's sincere. He's just in the wrong organization. So I'm just joking with that brother. He said, oh, the bishop's just joking. They cover up for what the bishop said. But now, why would you joke at a matter dealing with adultery? Anyway, I'm not going to stay on that because Deacon Asaph might blow a head gasket, as Apostle Gabar said. He does things based upon emotion. The reason why we get on him is because the Most High put the Spirit on us to get on him, because he's going off. If you notice, when we get on Bishop Nathaniel, we don't say, oh, he's a mo, or oh, he's sleeping with little girls. That would be, a false accusations. Everything that we say, we back it up through the scriptures. He started recently teaching about this hell doctrine, which no Israelites teach that, except for these bug outs at the GOCC. This is new. This is a year or so ago when they started teaching that. Hell is not the Christian definition of hell is not. He's going off when he teaches that. And he's definitely going off on the MOTB. And it's going to get real when breaking news come, and you got to get it. And we're going to see and if you go ahead and get it, you already had you received fair warning from the men of GMS, starting from the apostles on down. Anyway, the title of this video is Assembly of Great Nations Coming Against Babylon. Jeremiah, what is that? Jeremiah 50. So that's this alliance, which is the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, which somebody had put in 12 tribes of Israel, 95. He put in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, SCO, is a strategic partner of the United Nations in issues relating to. Now remember, all these nations are part of the UN. The only nations that are not a part of the UN is the city-state, which is Vatican City, which is a nation. It's a city-state and it's its own nation. And you have Palestinians, which are not members of the UN, and they put a vote to make Palestine a member of the UN. Now, if they become a member of the UN would have to act. They would have to act, and they would have to send in UN troops to quell that whole situation. And it was nine nations that were against Palestine becoming a part of the UN, and two of them one was the U.S. and the other was Israel. So they don't want to come in so they can continue to attack them. And they say, well, the UN cannot intervene because they're not a member of the UN. As soon as they become a member of the UN would have to completely involve themselves in that situation. So so that goes back to this union of the Jays and Babylon. You know, the least of the flock shall draw them out. And I was going to also name this video, but I changed the name. You know, I came up with the title that I came up with. If you notice, this is maybe a month and a half ago, the Israeli military attacked an interest of Iran, which was an Iranian consulate in what was that, Syria. So if you attack a consulate, that's an attack on the country, even though you didn't shoot missiles on the country. And there was a retaliation from Iran on Israel. They shot missiles, and then the news was that Israel said, "Well, we didn't get hit with none," but it was still an attack. That was a declaration of war from you guys, and that was response to your attack. And then, if you notice, there was not a response, a response from Israel, because they don't want to get into a war with Iran. Because why? Because Iran is in league with Russia, and this is a powerful alliance. Let me go ahead and read this, and then I'm gonna go further into the definition. It says the Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO) is a strategic partner of the United Nations on issues relating to political affairs and peace and security. How do you come to peace and security? By having a strong military. You have a strong military, then your people can live in peace. It says SCO is a permanent intergovernmental international organization founded in 1996 by the People's Republic of China, the Russian Federation, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Kazakhstan. Kazakh, by the way, is Hebrew for strong. Uzbekistan, India. Now, there's more Indian people than Chinese people. There's Chinese people. There's a billion plus people, and India doesn't surpass them. So between China and India, you have 2 billion plus people. And they can create a army, a 10 million man army, and sacrifice that army. You know, you remember the U.S. is the population of the U.S. is only about 350 million, which is nothing. India, and then when they set up the draft, watch how many people, you know, protest the draft, leave the country, and so forth, because they're talking about setting up a draft. It says India, Pakistan, but so it says Pakistan, Iran, all full member states, while there are 3 observer states: Afghanistan, Mongolia, Belarus. And so Dawada for the edifying lesson, double honors. Okay, so Dawada for the brother giving me this information, which I'm going to go here. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to come over here. Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Now you see the map that covers Russia, China, and all those nations around about. This is not a world map. It says so Russia will be our liberators, you know, because when this war kicks off, and this war will kick off, the Third World War, the War of Armageddon. the gathering at the Valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh's judgment. It's a Shanghai Corporation. Is a Eurasian, which means Europe and Asia coming together. That's you used to have the seven continents, Europe and Asia. Now you have Eurasia, which is considered one continent. It's considered one continent now, Eurasia. It says political, economic, international security, and defense. And what does that say? And defense organization established by China and member states. And defense, international security, that's defense, and defense organization. Is an Eurasian political, economic, international security and defense organization. The defense organization of the EU is NATO. That's the beast system. And by the way, all these nations are going to receive the chip too, because the chipping is going to come from the authorities above, beyond Europe. The super elite. The super elite have control over all these nations, including Russia. That's why the scripture said the Most High God, He's gonna put hooks in their jaws and turn them back. The Most High gonna make Russia do what the Most High wants them to do. It says SCO Security General Zhang Ming meet with Minister of Ecology and National Resources of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Yuri, whatever. Okay. How many countries are in the SCU? The Shanghai Cooperation Organization. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization is an international alliance and consists of 9 member states and 4 observers from Eurasia. It was established in 26 April 1996 as the Shanghai Five. In addition to the 9 member states and 3 observers, the SCU currently has 14 dialogue partners and 4 guest attendance entries. And by the way, all of these, the NATO nations, EU nations, and the Shanghai Cooperation nations are all members of the UN. Matter of fact, China and Russia are the UN General Council, I believe it's called. I believe there's 5 nations plus 1. Germany was added to it. America, France, America, Russia, China, and there was one more. The Security Council. Let me go ahead and look that up. It's called the 5+1. Members of the UN Security Council. Okay, here it goes. It's supposed to be 5 members. Okay, 5 permanent members. Why are there only 5 permanent members of the United UN Security Council? They should mention the nations. France, America, Russia, that's 1, 2, 3. China 4. And I didn't. There was another one. 5. Let me do it this way. 5. Let me do it this way. Okay, it is the United Kingdom. China, France, that's 2. Russia, that's 3. United Kingdom, that's 4. And United States at 5. Then Germany is 6. So they call it +1. The +1 is Germany. So these are major nations. So these are major nations that are part military wise and economically wise. So there's a counterpart to NATO and the EU. This is why they don't like to talk about going to war with Russia. If Russia decides to back up Iran and attack Israel, that's it. U.S. is going to pull out. See, this counter organization is you got a guy, a bully in school, and then he bullied this one kid, and then the summer goes by, and the kid that's been bullied, he becomes bigger than the bully, and then he becomes the bully. He becomes a new bully, or he learns how to box, or he's an MMA guy. Then he faces the bully and beat the shit out of the bully, and then he might be cool with everybody, but he gonna beat the bully up. My woman, when she was young, there was this black girl who used to bully her, and went home, and her aunt found out about it. And she said, "Look, you better go and beat that bitch ass, or I'm gonna beat your ass." So she went to school the next day and beat the stuffing off that bitch. And every day, my woman would beat her ass, and she would say, "Come over here to get your ass whipped," and she would beat the shit out of her, and say, "Okay, you can go about your business. Give me your money." The next day, come over here. She would punch her a couple of times every fucking day, beat the shit out of her every fucking day. All right? So, and that's how it works. That's why when we get you motherfuckers in the kingdom, we're not going to be nice. We're not going to be nice. I hate to even use the S word, but this thing, when the kingdom changes, from one hand to the next, you know what it says in Ecclesiasticus. The first thing that's going to happen is the first couple of billion of y'all going to get slaughtered. You're going to get fucked up. It's not going to be, when day one in our kingdom, you don't want to be in that kingdom. And there's no escaping, because you can't kill yourself, because we can bring your body back. And you're going to come back in a reincarnation anyway. So, better is the end of the thing than the beginning thereof. It's the end of our punishment and the beginning of yours. Lamentation 4:21. And it's on Edom. So, I'm getting ready to land this plane. So now let's go. Okay, this is the question. Is the SCO, or the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, a military alliance? The beast system, the military wing of the beast system is NATO. The economic and political wing is the EU, which you have. Some of the EU nations are part of NATO, and vice versa. NATO nations are part of EU. The UK, the United Kingdom, pulled out of the EU, but they're still a part of NATO, so they're still a part of the beast. Turkey is a part of NATO, but not a part of the EU, so you can understand. It says in this context, one might wonder whether the SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, has grown to become NATO's Eastern counterpart. Now, when you go into the history of NATO, NATO is a North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which consists of all Edomite European nations. They put that together after World War II as a counter against Russia. They said, look, if Russia attacks any of the NATO members, they attacked us all. So the same thing goes with the SCU, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So if any foreign nation attacks any of the members of the SCU, that means they all got to get involved militarily. And then you got the BRICS nations that you got to deal with, which is another alliance. Iran is a part of the BRICS. Russia is a part of the BRICS. China is a part of the BRICS. This is what you call a stalemate. Let me look that up. Stalemate. Stalemate, meaning.
According to Collins Dictionary, stalemate is a situation in which neither side in an argument or contest can win or in which no progress is possible.
Boom, boom. So they're at a stalemate. Israel can't attack. Hey, if Russia decides to protect, the Palestinian authorities, that's it, because Israel's gonna pull the fuck out. And the whole world's waking up to the fact that the Jays. I'm talking about the leadership, the military and the government. The whole world, except for America, they're all saying they all using the G word. They're all using the G word now. But the U.S. media, the mainstream media, MSM, they're not using it. Even this guy, Biden, the so-called president. He said this is not a J, a G. This is not a G. This is not a gen. And you can see, look up the word gen or genocide. So if the Russians were to get involved, or even the Iranians get involved, that's it. But there will be the Armageddon will commence, but the MOTB has to come first. That's why we know ain't nothing going to happen. You got other camps thinking, well, see, we might be out here in the next month or next couple of weeks. No, because one prophecy a major prophecy cannot happen unless a prophecy before that. Remember, there's a series of prophecies. We're in the last few prophecies. The MOTB, the destruction and deliverance, then the kingdom. In that order. Not the destruction, deliverance, and the kingdom, then the MOTB. The MOTB plays a major part in the prophetical lineup. So we know that this place we ain't gonna be in the kingdom next month, or next 2 months. Hopefully we in the kingdom by sometime in the end of 2025, or even the beginning of 2025. So like I said, going back to the MOTB, it's going to shake you guys up. It's going to make a lot of people that follow you, leave you. And they're going to be looking for the GMS videos. And by then, they might cut all the videos off, and then you're going to be lost out there. And see, a lot of you that come into the IUIC, for example, because they got the marching, they got the videos, you got the intros and the outros, you got the special effects, the sound effects, you got the men's conference, you got all this, stuff, and that's what draws Jake into an organization like a mega church. You don't go to an old broken down church on the corner. You go to a mega church. That's how Jake chooses a religion like he buys a car, or he buys jewelry, like the rappers buy jewelry. Y'all, you people in the hip hop community that buy jewelry, them Jacob the jeweler and them other Arabs that sell you jewelry, they see your sucker ass coming, and they charge you 4 times what the jewelry's worth, because you don't know nothing about diamonds, you don't know nothing about gold, you don't know nothing about the workmanship of a piece, a piece made out of gold. You just buy it, and then you film it. See, I spent such a like Floyd. Floyd got a damn $18 million watch, and Floyd he's a bend over Billy. When he made the deal with the CBS and Showtime, that multi-million-dollar deal for 6 fights, he started putting up hand signs. If you know what I mean. So anyway, stalemate is a situation in which neither side is in an argument or contest, military contest, can win, or in which no progress is possible. So when you look at the U.S. and Russia, that's a stalemate. They're gonna have to, if Russia decides to take, China is going to go take Taiwan, and the U.S. is trying to retaliate. Let me tell you something. The U.S. is going to try to sit down and discuss this matter, because they don't want to go to war with China, because who's going to back up China? Russia. Remember, there's over 1 billion people in China. The population is over 1 billion people. And they're in alliance with India, which is over 1 billion people. They can set up, a Chinese can set up a 10 million man army, and India can set up a 10 million man army, which is a 20 million man army, and they can just sacrifice them, man. So you're in a quagmire, man. Quagmire, maze, conundrum, if I'm saying the word right. Let me look that up. Conundrum, meaning
an intricate and difficult problem. According to Merriam-Webster, an intricate and difficult problem. He is faced with the conundrum of trying to find a job without having experience. B. A question or problem having only a conjectural answer.
So y'all heard it. Conundrum, right? An intricate and difficult problem. The U.S. was hoping like hell they didn't declare war on Iran. And all these different nations are turning it back on, they call it, the nickname is Bibi Netanyahu. So everything is in place for the Third World War, the Armageddon, Revelation chapter 16. An intricate and difficult problem. He is faced with the conundrum of trying to find a job without having experience. Right, you need a job to get experience, or you need experience to get a job, but then you need a job to get the experience. So that's a conundrum. A question or problem having only a conjectural answer, meaning you got to add it, you got to put, conject it, you got to put it in there. You got to come up with a solution. Was an example of a conundrum. A riddle whose answer contains in a pun. What's the difference between a jeweler and a jailer? One sells watches and the other watches sales. That's funny. But anyway, Armageddon is coming. The gathering of the troops, the place of the mountain of the troops is coming, which is, Armageddon means mountain of troops. That's what it means. Hamagadwan. God means troops, and Hama means mountains, or mountain. the gathering of the troops in the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh's Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment. He shall plead with them. Plead meaning he's going to judge them. So it's going to end badly for Babylon the Great. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. On to the next one. Shalom.